Welcome back, everybody, to Random Thoughts. This is
THTS.
Thoughts. So this is going to be kind of the cap on the end of our production week. So congratulations to us. Pat ourselves on the back over here. We finished up a whole week of recording and producing. We have learned a whole lot.
Too much. A whole lot.
Yes, and it's going a lot better. I have to say, I feel a lot better about it at this point than I did at the beginning of the week when we first started.
Of the week, it was kind of just, hey, what if this is gonna work? Well, what if we do this? What if we do this? And then now it's more like, okay, this is what we're doing. Boom, 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 and we kind of have a plan going on now. So you guys are definitely going to be getting a lot more better content. You guys are going to be getting more planned content. But today is actually us just talking about the most random things possible. First, I'd like to shout out Let's Spread Passion.
Shout out to Let's Spread Passion, absolutely.
Please go follow that on Instagram. We're going to have a Twitter up here soon. If you're passionate, man, contact us. We first of all want to write about you. Second of all, we might want to have you on the show, especially if you guys want to be a part of the show, you have something you're passionate about. You have something you want to talk to us about. Sometimes I kind of get bored talking to him, of course, but
absolutely, I get bored talking to myself too.
Whatever you guys want to do, please show us love, and we'll write a news article about you. And who knows, you can use this like 10 years later, like, oh, I was on a news article. How about you? Kind of boasting to people.
Exactly. Let's Spread Passion is something that's so much bigger than this channel.
It is.
Obviously. This is something that we work on throughout lots of different modes of, art. That's just something that, we're passionate about. And we just want to find things that you guys are just as passionate about. So, like we said, just let us know. Our DMs are open on every platform. Like you said, we're going to be getting a Twitter soon. We're going to be looking into all that stuff. So, let's get into the meat and potatoes. The first subject today, we're doing Who Would Win. So we're doing, what is this, battles to the death?
I think this is battles to the fight battles, just straight fight battles.
So just like a submit, incapacitation, death, any of that?
Any of that.
Okay. So the first one, Spider-Man and Batman. So two of the most beloved superheroes. I have to say, I feel like this is not even a close fight.
This has never been a close fight.
I feel like anybody that fights Batman would win.
Me.
Okay, maybe not anybody. Any superhero that fights Batman, okay?
I'm a superhero.
The dude doesn't even have powers.
You're right.
How lame is that? He has money.
Everybody can win with money.
He's got some suits.
He got lawyers. And those lawyers can win. So, hopefully...
That is true.
So, actually, at this point, I'm voting for Batman at the moment, because...
You see, I think Batman could beat Spider-Man if he had, enough prep time, because that's his whole deal.
But is he a UFC fighter?
Basically, he could beat up any UFC fighter. Okay. But then again, so could Spider-Man. We saw what he did to Bonesaw.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
He beat that dude up.
Yeah.
An accident. He didn't even know he could really do all those powers.
Yeah, and then he was still making fun of him and shit while he was, So my vote's going to go for Spider-Man here.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah. There's, even if you don't include the Iron Spider suit, he's also got a lot of suits. So I just got to say, Spider-Man would definitely beat Batman.
He would. Moving on. Stewie versus Eric Cartman.
So Stewie from Family Guy and Eric Cartman from South Park.
Yes.
I would have to say, I'm going to probably go with Eric Cartman just because he's dealt with some crazy things. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's fed children their own parents.
Okay.
And that's pretty dark, bro. If he's capable of that kind of thing, then I'm pretty sure he could take Stewie.
Two things. Stewie would win because, one, he wants to kill his mom. And then, two, he created a time machine.
That is true.
A time machine.
That is true.
That is some Avengers type thing.
Stewie could be an Avenger.
He could be an
He could be an Avenger. This is the crossover event that I'm living for now.
What if they put Stewie in the next Avengers? I wouldn't want to see his head, though, in real life head. That's kind of nasty.
It would be pretty gross.
nasty, actually. Like, if someone has that kind of head in real life, we'll ask a lot of questions.
I'll probably kill it with fire.
Probably gonna ask your parents' cousins.
Yeah, definitely. Not even cousins, like brother and sister.
I don't think a brother and sister would make that kind of a head baby.
You think that's specifically a cousin
I
head?
think that's a cousin head.
Yeah.
Just came out.
You know, that makes sense. But I think, I'm still going to go with Eric Cartman. He's dealt with some crazier things over the years than I think Stewie has. But on the other hand, Stewie gets into a lot of fights.
All the time.
Those Family Guy people are well versed in the combat
They
sports.
can box.
Yeah.
For sure. Moving on. Peter versus Homer.
All right, now this is the ultimate American sitcom fight, right? And I'm not going to go ahead and say who I think, because I have to think about it a little bit. Like we said, Family Guy, they get into a lot more fights than The Simpsons do, So I think Peter Griffin's going to have this one. I mean, like, when that dude fights the chicken, like, bro, that's nuts. He has a whole video about him kicking people.
It's a whole...
The Roadhouse
episode,
video.
I
Yeah.
think, of them just fighting.
Yeah,
I mean, that's probably a troll on Family Guy's part, but that was amazing.
definitely.
It was amazing to see them fight. I would say Peter. Peter definitely can fight. Peter's, fought President Trump. He's fought the chicken. He's fought Brian. He has fought.
And he has fought Homer.
He has fought Homer too.
And I believe he won. He won that fight.
So.
And now it took a lot. Now I think they really beefed up Homer for that fight.
Yeah, obviously.
Because Homer is kind of he just drinks beer and is fat, So.
I guess Peter does the same thing. Drinks beer and is fat.
Okay, who I think the real battle should be who's dumber, not who would win in a fight.
Ooh.
Who is
Peter,
dumber?
Peter is definitely dumb.
You think
Peter is dumb, bro.
he did buy Meg a horse when she was a child and put it in a closet until she turned 16?
He bought a Peter copter for just the reason for him to say to the Peter copter. That's it. That's the only reason why he bought a Peter copter.
And then there was that time he went completely transgender, just so he could use the bathrooms at work.
He claimed he was retarded, just so girls could show him stuff in the bathroom.
That's kind of smart.
No, it's not. Don't do that. Don't do that at home, kids. Don't do that.
Yeah, for those of you watching at home.
You'll get into a lot of trouble. I don't want you to get in trouble. Moving on. Bad app ideas.
Bad app ideas.
Tell me your first bad app idea.
So this one I came up with. It's called Brawler. So what it is you kind of like go on your phone. If you want to fight someone, you hit a button, and then it shows you all the dudes around you that want to fight. And I guess they just drive up to you, and then you box. And that's that. That's that. I don't know if that's such a bad idea after saying it out loud, but
hypothetically, after I fight the dude, what do I rate?
Well, you can review them. Like, oh man, this guy's got hands, or this guy's got ground game.
So like an Uber kind of, but for fighting.
Yes, precisely. I mean, it might even work, hand in hand with Uber. It's like you get a 10% rate
Uber
discount.
Picks them up to drop them off at your house. Wow.
Now just imagine.
It's not a bad actually idea.
Yeah, and I think whoever loses should pay the Uber.
Wow, this is an app I need in my life.
Yeah, I feel like the more we talk about and flesh this out,
good.
Any of you developers out there, this is something that needs to happen.
Brawlers, for all of us who want to fight. I don't know.
Yeah, all of us angry people. You sound very angry right now.
The one that I have is called Stud Finder. This is an app that is actually already on the app markets. You place it onto your wall to find studs, which I found out I was really an idiot because I just could have went on Google and found out how far apart studs are supposed to be and, be a man about it and just figure it out on my own. But I decided to download the app, and it was the worst decision I've ever made in my whole life. Things were literally just falling off of the wall as if I thought I put him in a stud, but I didn't. I don't even know how it read.
So the big difference between this one and the last one is that this one really exists. You can go download this one right now.
You can go download this one right now. The last one, you can't go download. We're sorry about that, because Brawler sounds like an app I would love.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who could use that.
How about the next one?
The next one, Stove Control. So this one wasn't my idea actually. This one was yours.
Yes.
So why don't you talk about it a little bit?
All right. So basically, you ever been, gone, at work, wherever you're at, and you're like, man, I want to cook tonight, but it's a lot of preparation for cooking, and boom, you want to turn the stove on. It's the first app, so of course with this app, you can only turn the stove off. You can only turn it on. You can't turn it off. Sorry, we're waiting for the update.
Yeah, you got to get home.
You gotta actually pay $2.99 for the update. Otherwise, you can only turn your stove on. This is just for little things. You want to cook some noodles, boop, boop. Just turn your stove on and hope your house doesn't burn down.
Or your cat doesn't catch on fire.
If you have a cat,
If you have a cat.
that's pretty good. Those are.
I feel like that's sufficient. We could probably make $6 or $7 off of all those.
Let's be honest. Everybody downloads everything nowadays. I think we can make.
You're right. If we just had like
$1 million actually.
If we just had like a catchy little, thumbnail for the
Yeah.
for the thing,
Little logo.
kind of cool, minimalistic, I guess, people would download
People
them.
would definitely.
People are definitely dumb enough. If we're dumb enough to create them, they're dumb enough to download them.
Right. Next subject. Let's talk about things not to give your little old kiddos on Halloween.
So we're just talking about anything?
Let's talk about candy first.
Okay. So first, I'd say the worst candy, black licorice. I feel like we can all agree black licorice tastes like butthole. Black licorice is the worst candy.
Butthole. That's really crazy. How do you know? We're not even gonna get to that. Keep going.
Yeah, so black licorice is terrible. Another one, Rolos. Like, there's so many better chocolate candies out there. Like
Those are
imagine.
disgusting.
Yes, like you would think chocolate and caramel would be, good
Is
together.
it caramel or caramel?
It's caramel. It's caramel. It's caramel.
Leave a comment down below, caramel or caramel. I don't know how you would spell that differently.
Yeah, you spell it the same. I guess
Nah,
just capitalize the letters you emphasize.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds
but if anyone that's had a Rolo knows that thing is garbage.
That
Like,
thing-
I don't know how they keep making them. There's better.
They probably made so much that they're just finishing it off.
Yeah, they all taste like they were made in 1940.
Yeah.
Like it's something
Oh my
that my
God, could you
great
imagine?
granddaddy would hand to me.
Could you imagine the candy back in the day?
No,
No, it was disgusting.
all he ate was like
Candy corn.
toffee and candy.
corn.
Now that's another one. Candy corn. I want to meet the MFer who created candy corn and choke him to death.
I never thought candy and corn could be something you would put together, but candy corn is a real thing. It's a real bad epidemic out here. Worse than COVID.
It is horrible. I feel like where does the candy corn grow? Does it grow on a cob?
Does it grow?
Do you pick it on a bush?
That's a good question.
Like, are you gonna take a whole candy corn cob and, munch on that, or
Do you get the corn separately than the candy? What is the candy that they're mixing with the corn?
corn? It's just pretty much corn syrup. And maybe that's what it is,
That's
since
not
it's
okay.
corn
That's
syrup.
probably why it's trash.
No, that's definitely why it's trash. And the colors aren't even pleasing to the eye.
Now we'll talk about things to not give your little old kiddos on Halloween. I want to start with razor blades.
I definitely don't think you should be giving kids razor blades.
But some of those kids, you be looking at those kids, they got like full beards. And you're like,
Yeah.
I don't need to give you candy, sir. I need to give you a razor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to help you.
So just throw some blades in there. You know.
They won't. I mean, unless they're one of those
Just-
kids who just dig.
Yeah,
in
just
their
wait for that
candy.
one kid to
That was-
slice his hand
I
off.
was the kid who dumped all of it out. I'm not
Mhm.
the kid who dug in there.
You see, my parents, what my dad did is he would go through my candy the night after, or the night of, to make sure I wasn't getting, like, poisoned, I guess. But I think it was just his excuse to eat all my Reese's.
That's what my parents did.
Yeah.
Actually, my parents really didn't even care
Oh.
about the Halloween whole deal. They were all Christian-y, and
Mm-hmm.
if you were going to Halloween, you're worshiping the devil.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, one of the
But-
churches that I went to said that it was the Devil's Night or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, that's not even
necessarily,
true.
What did the Devil's Night be like every night? Because
I mean, I guess they thought
strip
since...
clubs that are out.
Exactly. Like,
So
and if anything, like, I don't know. It's just people dressing up, having good fun. Are you telling me kids dressing up as Power Rangers means that it's the devil's
Yeah, like
holiday?
I dressed up as, man. What did I go as last year? I was a prisoner. No, I was a prisoner.
No, you were a rapper. You were a rapper last year.
No. We had a party and I was a rapper at the party.
Yeah, because you were the rapper and I was the lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Rapper
drop
and
that.
lawyer.
We'll drop that picture for those of you that haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I
It's-
had the whole little deal. I felt like I was, skate.
And I had my briefcase. I was about to bail this dude out.
Bail me
It was
out.
great.
Oh my gosh. But I think all those people just have fun, and
Yeah.
I don't think you should label that as like
Yeah, like
the
people that
devil's night.
people that
The
read
heck?
so much into that, it's like it's just an excuse for kids to dress up as their heroes.
Exactly.
Or like Darth Vader, and yeah,
That's not fair.
no, it's not Halloween.
What other things you don't think you should give your kids
Um,
on Halloween?
tax returns. What are they gonna do with a tax return?
Wait a minute. Where did you get the tax return to just give to this? Is that your tax return?
In general, their tax return,
Kids don't work. How do they get? a
unless
tax
you're in
return?
Bangladesh, then they make your shoes.
Man, that is.
Well, I don't think they get tax returns. I don't know how
So
taxes
why-
work in Bangladesh.
So why would you put it in your? Do they do Halloween in Bangladesh?
I don't
How do
know.
you even spell Bangladesh?
Bangladesh, just how it sounds,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty right to me. I know about those letters, but
Yeah,
it sounds pretty.
I know how to spell bang. I know how to spell law. I know how to spell. Dash is not a word, but I can sound it out.
Yeah. I would definitely not give little old kiddos books. One time I went on Halloween to go get some candy, and
Hmm
it was this house on the corner, the scary house, and found out it was the scary house because the dude actually gives you books.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody else gives you candy. He
that's
gives you-
almost like a Boo Radley To Kill a Mockingbird story.
He gives you.
He just wants to spread the gift of literacy to
It's
you.
like, dude, I'm 7. I just
Yeah.
want some candy. My mom told me not to come down here, and I risked my whole 2 weeks from now because I might get grounded after this.
Mm-hmm.
And now I just
For a
risked it
Clifford book.
for a book. I don't care what kind of book it is. It wasn't never a children's
It wasn't like a
book.
cool book.
Dude, it was like a Edgar Allan Poe book.
See, I wasn't into that as a kid, but I would appreciate that now. Yeah.
we can't go Halloween candy.
Yeah, people be like,
What do you even call it? Halloween candy shopping?
no,
Trick or treating. Oh my
yeah.
God,
Forgot what
I'm
the
so old. I'm
man.
not old.
No, we're old if we can't remember what trick or treating is.
Yeah, you're right.
That's kind of sad.
That is sad.
Yeah, this year I'm probably just gonna go in a trash bag and go from apartment to apartment in our building.
I can be the little kid. I'll walk around on my knees like.
Yeah, just like get your shoes.
Put
Yeah,
shoes on my knees and
and wear some shorts. Look like a mini me or something.
exactly. And do
Yeah.
all that. Pretend to have a baby voice. I can do that.
Yeah.
I think that's a plan for this Halloween. Actually, it's a very good plan.
Yeah, it's only like 6 or 7 months off. We got a little bit to think about it.
Switching up the subjects. This one's a little wild. Your thoughts on Florida?
All right. Well, we moved out to Florida and spent our first night in Florida January 1st, 2020. Yeah, so we really started the whole decade in a new state. The weather here for the first few weeks was really kind of crazy. Was expecting it to be sunny and pretty, but it was actually cold and terrible.
It's definitely cold.
And
Definitely
terrible.
cold.
And I will say, since then the weather's been pretty great. So sounds like kind of something that's not that big of a deal, but like the weather is a big deal. It affects your mood.
No, the weather is
And-
a big deal.
It's like bright and sunny like every day out here. It's a little hot, but we're from Texas, so
Dude, a little hot is never hot for us. In Texas, it gets 110.
yeah,
We
for
hate-
weeks.
We hate that.
Yeah, I mean it's hot enough. It's hot enough out here to cook you, but it's not hot enough to kill you as fast as Texas kills you. Like people die every year in Texas.
But people die everywhere.
Well, people die every year in Texas from like heat stroke just from doing yard work and
Oh
shit.
my gosh.
But out here in Florida, I like that. there's a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a bar that's around the corner, or a cool restaurant, or a park you can go to, or a lake. There's just so much to do out here. Even in the area that we lived in, Fort Worth, Texas, there was a ton of stuff to do. But that was because we lived near like a downtown metropolitan area.
Live near a downtown.
And
if we were to live maybe 15 minutes away from there, nothing but
yeah, exactly, exactly.
grass and grass.
And it's even out here being 45 minutes from Orlando, there's still no shortage of things to do out here.
No shortage. So what would you rate it? 1 through 10.
Why don't you give us your thoughts before I rate it with my final grade?
Let me see. It's okay, it's not really that much of a change. I thought it was going to be a super big difference in Texas, but it's not. Everything's around the same, same activities, of course, bars and stuff like that. Of course, you can do a lot more things over here, especially Disney World. That is something I just went to this year, first time. It was exciting. Especially go with someone that you want to go with. It makes it all the more better. Or you could go alone. I know a couple of people who do it alone, and
I go alone all the time.
they really like it. The rides are really fun.
It's honestly kind of fun to just go people watch at Disney World.
You should, if you're gonna go, you guys should go and try to find those little things that nobody else finds. And pay attention to detail, because Disney does that. They can pinpoint. I can make it feel like it's the real thing, and that's why the time I went, it was really amazing. I actually had a lot of fun. But besides that, I will say I'd rate it. Let's go with 6.5.
I was gonna say about a 6.5, and that's not a bad rating. I don't think that a 6 is a bad grade. I feel like 5 is average, so 5 would be like Massachusetts, I guess. I've never been to Massachusetts, but it sounds like a 5 out of 10 state. I mean, what do they have besides Boston?
That's it, Boston.
Just Boston. They got the Red Sox and the Celtics, I guess.
The Celtics are good.
And the Bruins and the Patriots. Fudge. That's actually like a 7, 8 out of 10 state. They get a parade every freaking year.
They get a parade.
Screw you, Boston.
Almost every year.
Screw you, Boston.
Boston people. Not screw you.
Not screw you, but screw y'all.
That's what us Texas people say.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, 6.5. I feel like it's a good grade for Florida.
Okay.
I definitely miss Texas mainly for the obvious reasons. I miss, all my friends out there. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all my friends and family in Texas.
Friends. I could go on. Oh my God, the longest list in the world of all the friends I have in Texas.
Yeah, he has so many friends.
You guys are the reason why I moved out here. You're pushing me to do everything better, and I will say though, Florida has better beers. They have a lot more selection of beers.
I would say Tampa Bay, in particular, has some really good beer. Speaking of, shout out Cigar City Brewing. Y'all make really good beer. Highlight
That's a pretty good
IPA
beer.
is probably one of my favorite beers that I've actually ever had. We'll talk about the nuances of the beer that we like, I guess, at another point. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to IPA. Always looking to try new stuff, beer-wise. Other than that, I think that just about does it. Unless you got any final thoughts to add about Florida or the geopolitical state in Guatemala. Oh, that was in our notes. You didn't get that?
What was it?
Oh, I guess it got deleted. That's all right. We'll save that for another episode. And with that, that just about does it for our end cap on this week. And that is Random Thoughts.
I'm Ibrahim Mukoko.
And I'm Damon.
See you later.
Later. All right. That was a little quicker.
Yeah, 24 minutes.
Oh, really? That was still 24 minutes?